Alright, so we're starting to get a lot more stuff done with this Budget Nova, and I'm really happy about that. Got the front end put together. It looks really good. You saw in the last video. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to throw the back bumper on and the deck lid, see how that looks, and then we can put the new wheels and tires on and start making this thing look like a whole car. So this is the bumper that I have to put on here. It's not great, but it's pretty good, and it'll look a heck of a lot better once we get it on there and get everything cleaned up. So let's get to work. Alright, now we're going to see if we can get this deck lid on without too much trouble, since I'm by myself. That's not the way to do this. Good thing there's not a windshield in it, huh? Alright, I have no idea how close that's going to be to right, so let's just see. Yeah, it's got to come over to the driver's side a little bit. But other than that, it's not terrible. Okay, so I made a little adjustment. That's better, still too close over here. Okay, this side's great, so I think I just need to slide this side this way a little bit because, yeah, either that or this side, yeah, this side needs to go back that way, that's what it is. And once this side goes back that way, this side will open up, this side will close, and then this reveal right here. Of course, I'm not sure how perfectly straight that tail panel is or how well it's made because it is reproduction. Alright, that's a lot better. Now let's see if it'll latch. Yep, that's good. Okay, so now that we've got the deck lid on, we've got the bumper on, it is time to put the new wheels and tires on and take these old Convo Pro center lines off. I like these wheels, they're nice. But they were originally drilled for slicks. You can see the holes going around where they put rim screws in, and that's to keep the slick from spinning on the tire if you hook up real good. I've never had it happen without the screws, I've never had it happen with the screws. But I used to screw my slicks to the wheel, wasn't a big deal. But on the street, if it was mine and I was driving it, I wouldn't be afraid of doing it. But me selling it to someone else, I was concerned about it. I mentioned it to the guy buying it, and he said, yeah, you know, put some other wheels on there. I suggested what I had in mind. He would prefer those. So let's get these off, get the new ones on, see how it looks. Now, other than the wheel screws, another problem with these is the lug nuts are very, very hard to find. The correct lug nuts for this is very small, or a very short, like a 1/2 inch or less mag lug nut with a straight shank on it, and those are difficult to find in a 7/16 stud. I did find them in a 1/2 inch, but I couldn't find them in 7/16. So I had some acorn lug nuts with washers on there, just holding the wheels on just enough to hold the car up. This is actually one of the correct lug nuts that goes on that wheel. It's a very short shank, and it uses a washer to give it just enough to hold it. And like I said, with the 7/16, that's difficult to find. This is a Magard part number, but they don't sell this part number anymore. Are some 15x7 rallies with some Cooper Cobra wheels or tires on. So these are going to look really, really good. It's kind of hard to go bad with this wheel and this tire combination. They pretty much look good on pretty much any Chevrolet product. Even if I don't, they're not my favorite because I like aluminum wheels, but man, these things look good on a lot of cars. Now the lug nuts I'm going with, since I don't have any center caps or anything for the moment, I'm just going with some little Acorn mag style lug nuts. They're closed in because I think they'll look pretty good. You could put the open end lug nuts on here, depending on what center cap you're running. These might hit, these might not. But I think this is going to look pretty good on here. The tires that are on here are 275 60/15. The tires we're putting back on it are 255 60/15. And it's a little bit shorter tire by about an inch. I've already got the gear set up in the transmission, the speedometer gear set up for the smaller tire. It's still a big enough tire where it's going to look good, take up the wheel well. Still got plenty of tread width to it, but it's going to work out a lot better if he lowers the car at all or hits any bumps. It's going to give him a little bit more room. Alright, so on the front I'm running a 215 65/15. It's still on the same wheel as the back, so it's all four wheels are the 15x7. And the guy buying it, Jeff, has some center caps, some hub caps he's going to put on here. It's like some poverty caps of some sort he's going to put on here. He sent me a picture of them and they're going to look pretty good. Alright, so the wheels and tires are on, the rear bumper is on, the rear deck lid is on, and this thing is looking so much better. Now, in the shop, it's hard to really get away from the car enough to see how good this thing is going to look. Really, it looks now, how good it looks now, because it's almost the finished product. Other than the fact it doesn't run, it doesn't drive, it's not wired up completely. There's no windshield in it, but we're working on all that. So, let's get this thing out in the driveway and walk around it, see how good it looks with its new wheels and tires on it. Alright, so I drug the Nova up here to the driveway so you could get a really good look at it, because it's hard to see what it looks like when you're so up close in the shop. I can't get it so far back, and only really on one side. I've got Frank and Nova and my 73 up here in the yard. They've been sitting outside getting leaves put all over them, but we'll worry about them another day. Today is all about this 69 and how it looks now that we've got the new wheels and tires on it. I think it looks fantastic. I'm glad I decided to go with the white letters out instead of the black walls, because it really gives it that kind of old school cool. I've got the seat in it temporarily so I could drive it when I get back down in the shop, so that's looking pretty good. So yeah, got a bunch to do, but right now this thing's looking pretty good. Alright guys, appreciate you so much for watching this video. Got a lot of work left to do on this thing, but we're getting there, gonna get this thing done. It's gonna be a pretty awesome little car, and I'm pretty happy with it. So like, subscribe, share the videos, and that's what's gonna keep projects like this going, is you guys watching the videos. So we'll see you next time.